I said in my last video I might try to do a box I haven't done, and well, I guess I lied, because all the boxes I got going on right now are boxes I've done before, but there is one that is going to be really different. But before I get to that, I'll just show you what I got going on. I got this leather rose I'm still working on. I gotta secure that, and I've already started making marks here where I'm gonna put the volume knob. This thing is really close to being put together. Here's the neck is all fretted and oiled up and feels awesome. So I just need to cut the spots for the tuner, and I need to put the string guide in. Remember, I use the 0 fret, but I always put like a string guide right there. I got this Alec Bradley that I have put the 2 lids together, and so I am close. This is the next neck to get fretted and oiled. I just had to do some minor adjustments. The other box I got going is I got this Bento box. I've done one of these before, but I am still way behind on that neck. Matter of fact, I'm about to round this neck over so I can glue on the wings. I got this one and I got one other, and that brings me to the difference. I'm gonna do another Weller. Remember this big giant box? I just built one of these. I'm gonna build another one. But this one is gonna be a bass. I had someone request that I do a bass cigar box guitar for them. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that's kind of what I wanna show you real quick here. Let me get my stuff together. Man, so most of my guitars that I build them on a 25-inch scale. So here's a 25-inch scale fretboard that I've cut up, and I've already marked up. This will be the one that gets glued onto the Bento box. And this right here is a 30-inch, what they would call short scale bass fretboard. I'm gonna line these up where the nut slot is pretty much in line, just so you can, I mean, you know, obviously it's 30 inches versus 25, so you can see, but just look at how much wider and bigger the spaces are, and look how far down the 12th fret is compared to this one. Pretty cool. So that brings me to what I wanted to show you in this video. So I need to clean up my workspace here because it's trashed, and then I'll show you real quick. So you know the rules. There are no rules for building cigar box guitars, but there's some things that you are highly encouraged to do if you're building these things, and some tools that probably essential. First thing you need is a good straight edge measuring stick, yardstick, whatever you want to call this thing. But you need something like this. And then before you even start working on your guitar, you need a fret template, especially if you're doing a fretted guitar. So I have these paper templates that I got for CB Giddy, and that's what I use for the cigar box guitar, or for the normal CBGs. This is a 25-inch scale. I've covered it up, but it's a 25-inch scale. I tape this to the back, put it on my little fret saw, and get her done. I couldn't find a paper template like this, so I went and got a 30-inch clear marking template. And I like this one because it's got these little notches on the side, because I'm not using this part. So I just lined this up along the edge. I made my little marks to do my frets. And that's probably the most important part, is to know the scale length and to know how many frets, or where you want your frets to end on your box before you get started. I mean, that's what helps you build the neck. So I know I've already got my neck built, but just to show you where I started, I'm making sure my cameras can see this, but I used that fret template along with the wood before I cut it, and I would put it on the cigar box, and then you can see right here, here's the 30-inch. So if I kind of put this up here, and you'll see that 30 inch is right about there. So just outside this logo. The other thing you'll see is if I put this over here, I may have to slide this way. Wow, this box is giant, everything's heavy. You know, 15, 17, 19, 21. You guys know, if you've watched my channel, I like to come over the box with the fretboard. So that's the other thing, is I'm looking at how far I can come over and how many frets I can get, keeping in mind that I need to put a pickup somewheres in here, and I want to leave this logo virtually untouched, right? So I need the bridge to fall outside of this logo, and I need to get, you know, I want to get where I can cut it probably at the 22nd fret and have 21 frets on here potentially, or I may cut it back right here at the 21st fret. But I still have enough room to put a pickup in this area beyond that and not mess with this this fretboard. And so that's what I did before I marked out and started cutting and doing this this neck blank. The other thing for the bottom piece is the same thing. Everybody has a preference for a heel, right? And since I come over the box, I know you're not going to get all of those frets with your fingers coming over that box unless I cut into the box. But on the high string, you can get down all the way over. But if I make the heel too long coming outside of the box, then it may make that a little more difficult. So typically to the tip where I start this 45, excuse me, I come out about 2.5 inches. Trial and error. I've done a bunch of these. The last build I think was number 110, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have done a lot more builds than me. But I've kind of settled on that 2.5 inches. It seems to be the sweet spot. So if you look at this one that's built, I say 2.5 inches ish, but that's from here to this tip. So you can see I can still, basically I can come over and rest my thumb on this heel, and you can see how far I can reach with my fingers. So I can hit that note all the way down the fretboard, even up here. So anyway, it's just a good idea to think through all those things before you even start. And I have gone back and forth on a humbucker for this thing, doing a lot of research. Should I put a bass humbucker in here, or do I need to put a bass pickup in here? You know, I don't know. But I know the relative size of it. But if you don't, then I'd also encourage you to make sure you have that available so you can look at how that's going to look on your box before you do your guitar. Okay, I know this is a little different. There's a lot more talking and a lot less doing, but I wanted to do a quick video to show that. I'm going to get started on these, and then hopefully I can give you a quick look at this finished leather rose if I don't mess around too much before I sign completely off of this video. So I got to back my truck out, get my saw out there, and get to cutting. All right. Whoa. All right. I got this leather rose done last night. So I figured I'd give you a quick look at it and an update on where I am with the rest of these boxes. and then I'll let you get a listen to this thing. But man, this came out awesome. It's just string through with a floating bridge. I got a single coil, I got a tone and a volume. It does have a strap button. There's the jack on the back. And this has the, turn this down, has the maple and walnut neck with the, the walnut stripe going down the middle. Walnut heel, lock and tuners. And you can see the, oh, let me get rid of this here. You can see the lock and tuners on there. And the color scheme is this antique bronze look. It's got fret dot markers on the face of it, but the walnut came out pretty dark when I oiled it up and stuff, but you can still see them depending on the light. But the most important is I do have markers over here, as always, so you can see where you're at when you're playing this thing. And this one is number 111. Number 111. All right. So before we get to the rest of the sound samples, let me show you what I got going on. I think I mentioned this one already. This is the Alec Bradley. I got the spot cut, and you can see when I push down on this that the fretboard does go into the box a little bit. Whoa. Go into the box a little bit. So you can see what I did here. I had this cut out to go over the lid, but because I had to cut into it, I put this cut this piece of fretboard and put it back in there just to reinforce this part, and so that it's got something. Obviously this was kind of a little unplanned to sink it this deep in there, but I guess you'd call it a mistake, an error or something, but we were able to overcome that, and that's how we've done that. So it does still rise above the guitar body, but it's not that full 1/4 inch like you're supposed to do, or like most people like. It does have a back angle, a very slight back angle, so the action's still going to be okay up here for playing. And I got a mini humbucker that's going in here, and it will be below the fretboard and all of that. So there's that one. So this one's ready now for me. I think I even said this early in the video. This one's ready for frets. I just had to fix a couple of things. Oh, and you'll notice, you'll notice also that I put these 2 lines on the neck here, and so that's just recess a little bit of area so that humbucker can set in here like it's supposed to. That also brings me to the other point. That's the reason why you want a good solid heel on here, so because you do end up taking quite a bit of material off of the necks usually to get them into the box. So if you have this going all the way through the box and you have a nice solid heel, that gives it plenty of strength. Here's the Bento box. I got the neck rounded over. I got the wings glued on, so I need to take these down now and then shape this headstock. I just got this fretboard laid on here so you can see what this looks like. I'll come down about right there, and then I always leave these long, and so I'll figure out where to cut this off. Now, what you're going to notice about this is it is not centered in the box. I always set these out here when I'm getting ready to build them, and so they're always here on my bench. I have to move them around. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with them, so on and so forth. And even I think I was talking with my neighbor when he come over, I was like, man, I need to drop this down a little bit so that I could put a humbucker, bring the fretboard over, and I put a humbucker in here and not mess with this writing, because excuse me, if I put it up here, obviously I'm going to start getting into this O with a Bento and a box, and then the bridge is going to land back here behind it, so you'll be able to see all the words on there. Is that major league important? Nah, but I think it's just like kind of cool to preserve the looks of the box. Sometimes I mean, I like to leave the boxes as untouched as possible usually, and preserve the logo if I can. I think that's what makes these things unique, so you can see what box they're made out of. So anyway, there's that. I've got this all shored up, and this is one of those ones that slide. But because I'm going to put electronics in here, I can't slide this on this rail the whole way. But what I did do, let me pull this off of here just so I can show you. So it would have this piece here. There you go. It would have this piece here it had it all the way across, so you had to slide this thing all the way in. It's on both sides, and so I cut it off, but I left a little piece of it, and that was strategic, so that trying to do this, hold it and do it, so that when I put the electronics on this lid, I can still take this lid and put it on. Whoop, like that, with the electronics in there, and then slide it in, and you can see it fits into that spot, so you really can't, it looks like it's untouched basically. So there's that for the Bento box. And then I was able to get this bass guitar Weller. I got it caught up to the Bento box. Boom, there it is. This thing is going to be giant. Here's the fretboard just laying on there. So same thing, I got this rounded over, and I got the pieces on the headstock. So and this one's just barely above the box. The other cool thing about this is, you know, I watch all kinds of YouTube videos, and I've seen people do this, and it is a really good idea, and I don't even know why I never even thought about it. So now I have set this up. Here's the blocks glued to the top, which means when I tighten this down, when I finish it up, I'm going to end up screwing in from the bottom. So again, there will be no screws on the top of this really awesome looking box. So stay tuned for all of those. I will give you a preview on the Alec Bradley and the Bento box, and I'll probably do more in-depth stuff on the bass guitar that I'm working on. All right, let's get a listen to this Leather Rose, and we'll cut this video so you can get on about your day. All right, where were we? That's right, that's where we were at. Yeah, this thing sounds really awesome. There are no sound holes in it, but still sounds off pretty good. The other thing, man, I don't even know, but where my thumb is the action at the 12th fret. This was pretty low. I might raise it up on the high string side a little bit, but I kind of don't want to. I think it sounds awesome, and if you're playing it through an amp, it's even that much better. It's really playable. So yeah, put it on a clean channel. Have a tone knob, and if you to me, once you when you got the juice on it, it sounds really good with this tone knob dimed. But when you go to a clean channel, it's a little bright. I don't want to completely muddy it up. Man, I like it. Really awesome. So I know I did a lot of talking in this video and not a whole lot of actual showing what I do. So I don't want to keep you guys any longer than necessary. I just wanted to give you a quick listen to this brand new leather rose. And I wanted to thank you for checking out my videos, and if you're a long-time subscriber or even a new subscriber, thank you very much. But if you're not, then please subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check back later. I'll give you an update on all these ones I showed you in the beginning of this video. I'm out.